What's up, guys? I wanted to come on here to talk about something that I read recently in the news, and it involves the criminalization of self-defense. Even though this case happened over in Europe, over in the UK, I still want to point out a few facts of this case because we are seeing some of the same efforts here within the United States that has led to what has happened over in Europe. So I've got an article here from The Guardian, and you can see here basically what it is. Woman loses jail term appeal after killing man as he sexually assaulted her. This is the epitome of a case that should, without question, have been self-defense. Let's read some of the details that we have here. A woman who stabbed a man to death as he sexually assaulted her has lost an appeal against her 17-year jail term. I am not even going to try to pronounce some of these names here. I'm not even going to do it, guys. That's just all there is to it. She basically was handed a life sentence. She's 18 years old after being convicted in the 2018 murder of Philip somebody in a Petersboro car park using a knife she said she carried for self-protection. We know that in most cases with women and things like that, especially in most of the parts of this country, if they carry some type of a small object for self-defense, no one really says anything to them. I mean, that's just how a lot of areas are, but we're starting to see that change in some. Basically, this woman was given 18 years for trying to protect herself from a man that was raping her. Now, this is horrific. This is something that is insane when it comes to any kind of legal common sense, in my opinion. The challenge, this is the end result of some of the same policies that we are seeing some of these woke Democratic lawmakers pushing here. And we've got several examples from within the United States that we're going to look at of cases involving people that have tried to defend themselves that have ended up being basically charged. You know, if we look at some of these laws, for example, up in New York, I'm just going to jump over here. We have here New York self-defense laws say a person must attempt retreating before using force. Basically, if someone breaks into your home, you are required by law to leave your home. You cannot defend yourself in your own home in New York, as well as several other places right now. And there are cases of people being charged over this. And you're just going to look at some here. I've got a couple of notes here. Let me pull them up. Just going through some of the cases. There's one in Connecticut from 2021. Robert Fisher Jr. versus Connecticut. In 2021, an attorney, Robert Fisher, shot and killed Matthew Brownlee during a confrontation outside Fisher's law office. Fisher claimed self-defense, stating he feared for his life due to Brownlee's alleged attack. However, Connecticut law imposes a duty to retreat when safely possible. Another case out of Connecticut is, there's a couple of them, one from 2020 and so on. There's actually one from Tennessee from 2024, and I thought that one was quite interesting as well. Especially Tennessee, it's a stand your ground state, but looking into that one, there's a lot of gray area there, and that's why it's important to really know the laws from your state. State versus Myrie in Ohio in 2019. That one happened prior to the Stand Your Ground law, I believe. There was another one, State versus Afford in 2024, and that one was one, I believe, that was after the Stand Your Ground law. But we do see cases of people being charged for defensive use of force. And I think that what we're seeing, particularly in more of these liberal-dominated areas, is the continued criminalization of self-defense. We've seen it back in Missouri. For some of you guys, you remember during all of the riots and stuff, the McCluskeys and so on. I've talked about this before on this channel. And in California, there is a bit of good news for you folks out there in California. And guys, I would appreciate it if you would like and share this video to get this information out there. There is a case, basically, in California, there was a proposed law. Let's just jump over and show you this article. Valley officials discuss a new bill that would make it illegal to defend yourself. This was from Fresno, California. A state lawmaker is seeking to change what qualifies as self-defense with a new bill in the state assembly. That would eliminate certain circumstances for self-defense, including defense of home or property. Basically, and there's someone here, challenging them, says, I'm calling this a criminal first agenda. Fortunately, if you keep reading and you look into this case more, that law did get pulled, but still, California has some crazy self-defense laws as well. It's very hard to defend yourself legally out there. And what we have got to push back on are cases like this. The stand your ground laws that I think it's somewhere around 28 states have now. They are basically, you should not have to decide between defending your life and spending the rest of your life in jail. However, if a lot of these liberal politicians had their way, that is exactly what would happen. The end result of all of these crazy duty to retreat laws and stuff like that, this criminalization of self-defense, is the same as what we see happen over in the UK with this woman. She was literally being sexually assaulted. She stabbed the guy with a knife that she had on her, and now she's going to spend a good chunk of the rest of her life in prison because of it. This is why elections matter. This is why it's important for us to be involved in the political process. If you do not get involved, if you do not stand up for your rights, this is what could happen. If you had a loved one, if you yourself were in a situation like that, what would you do? You should not have to decide between defending your life and spending the rest of your life in jail or being murdered or raped. That's just my honest opinion about it. And I'm sure that most of you guys watching this video will agree with me on that. But leave your comments down below, like and share this video, subscribe to my channel. Get involved, guys. This is why we've got to be involved in the political process. Guys, thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel, and we'll see you next time.